Hey guys, what's up? This is 8-Bit Eric. Today is my review of the PlayStation VR. Now, I got the PlayStation VR launch bundle launch day. I legitimately was excited that this was coming over to the PlayStation 4 because of my experience with the HTC Vive. Now, the HTC Vive, while it is a little bit more of a powerful experience, you need a PC and you need one that runs the Vive good enough to play and experience, and it's all sorts of expenses. It's so much more less accessible to set up than the PlayStation VR. So right off the bat, that's one good benefit that I think the PSVR holds over the HTC Vive and the Oculus, because it's the easiest to set up and it's the most accessible. As far as setup goes, this comes with an adapter that you connect via HDMI cables and USB to your PlayStation 4. It's not really aesthetically pleasing to look at, but it's not that big either. This unit operates the power of the VR unit, and it goes to your TV. It's kind of like a weird Sega CD 32X add-on, I must say. The setup for the PSVR was actually pretty easy. It was less time consuming than I thought. The guide that is in the box is really easy to read, very simple. I was intimidated when I first opened this. Didn't turn out to take that long. Before you know it, I was already up and playing. The launch bundle that I got comes with 2 discs. It comes with a demo disc and VR Worlds, which feature a variety of short little demos that you can play right away on your PSVR. It also came with 2 Move controllers and the headset. The Move controllers are pretty responsive. I gotta admit, I've never used PlayStation Move controllers before getting the PSVR. They do take about 4 hours to charge, but luckily there are games that you can play with just the gamepad on the PSVR. So if motion controls are not exactly your thing, you can play most of the games that I have played with the controller. Now let's talk about the headset itself. It is very lightweight, and I think it looks tons more cooler than the actual HTC Vive's headset. Compared to the Vive, it is very flexible, very easy to hold. I love that the headband is solid. It's not that weird Velcro type of thing that the Vive has, and it's easy to put on. You hold this button on the back, snap it, slip it on, and then you push this button right here and boom, you're in virtual land. Tighten it in the back. Power on is right here on the remote, and you have your headphones plug in right exactly there. I use the buds that came with the PSVR. They work really good, and they don't fall out constantly like the HTC Vives. And here you go. Perfect right here. To take off, you just push the button, loosen up back here, pull right out. Instead of using 2 lamp houses like the HTC Vive uses in separate corners of the room, the PSVR uses a PlayStation camera. The launch bundle came with a brand new model of camera compared to the old one, but either PS4 camera works. Now, the tracking for the PSVR is not bad, actually, for just using cameras. There's sensors that are on the front of the device. There's one here, there's a couple on the sides, and there's 2 on the back. They're really hard to notice when the machine's not on. Once you set it up, the tracking is pretty accurate. The sensor on the DualShock controller is pretty accurate, and the motion controls are pretty accurate. Now we're going to talk about the game selection. I actually have played quite a few games. My recommendations, Rush of Blood. If you have not played a scary game until you played Rush of Blood, and it feels amazing. I've had so many jump scares, but just it really feels like you're riding a roller coaster, to the point where I did experience a little bit of motion sickness, but I don't attribute that to the VR itself. I attribute more to that's how I really get on roller coasters. I've also played Gunjack, which is a nice Eve series game, and then I've also played Batman Arkham VR, which was a wondrous experience. Vive may have the technology, but the PSVR is cheaper and it has the library of games that are necessary. Now, do I recommend the PSVR? Based on my experiences and me being a VR guy, I could highly recommend it. It might be a little bit pricey, but I can guarantee you the PSVR is going to have very well worth it gaming experiences, especially when the games come out like Star Trek, when Fallout 4's VR expansion comes out, when Star Wars Battlefront has the VR expansion. The possibilities are limitless. I highly recommend a PSVR. It's easier to get than the Vive. You don't have to have a computer to set it up. It's plug in and play after you set up. and it has a good variety of games available already. Right, so we've reached the end of the video. Before you go, if you want to see more PSVR videos, click right here. If you want to see some retro gaming Let's Plays, check it out right there. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe right here. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching the video, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace out. Check the videos out. Come on.